should be the one with the blue butt cheeks right there. And right now she is finishing out some handle material. She's doing some handle scales, some stabilized curly maple, dyed and stabilized curly maple, generally not purple. And then she has a lot of material, some that is currently resting. So it is, it's been heated, it's been stabilized. Now it's got to come down in temperature. Let me turn this around and show you some of the different materials that she's working with. Here's some nice root burl. Now this is something that she's going to put into resin, and that resin's going to fill those voids and make a nice complete block. This is once the cactus juice has been cured, and then it's got to be cleaned off. But once it's cleaned off, you get some really cool grain patterns. And like this pithy zone here, now that's something that's going to get filled with an epoxy resin. Get some really cool color pops with this. This one's just a little short, but that just means it's going to have a built-in spacer. So here's Cheyenne. You can see that she's turning purple at the moment. And this is just another one of the processes here at Axon Maine Forge Your Memory that we go through to make knives, to make tomahawks, to make handle material, to make cool shit. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to set this up so that you guys can kind of see some of the processes. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to the channel because we can use all the help we can get. Okay. So let me see if I can zoom in here. Now Cheyenne's using a worn 36 grit on the 2x72. So once we get done making knives, once we've worn a belt down, this is how we finish them out before we throw them out. And that's by finishing handle material and by finishing handles. You can see Cheyenne's applying a fair amount of pressure here, and that's to keep things as even as possible. If you haven't subscribed yet, this is a great time to subscribe to the channel. We've got other videos on knife making and so forth. Cheyenne, could you explain to people on YouTube what you're doing, the processes, and exactly what you're creating?
So currently, I just got done grinding on dyed and stabilized curly maple.
Okay, so is this to the point where you can do a reveal on it?
Yes, it is.
So you want to explain to the people here what a reveal is?
So reveal is with this material. Looks like a very, very light purple or even a blue. Would you be able to grab the oil? It is on the other forge. Oh, hold on 1 second, guys. I missed a spot on that one.
So here's the oil. We've got it in a gravy boat because it's actually quite convenient to do that way. And what kind of oil are you using here?
It is boiled linseed oil and mineral spirits. If you kind of mix them a little bit, it gives a higher viscosity, and you're able to kind of get it to show the pattern without leaving a gunky finish on it.
Gunky, technical terminology. Gotcha.
So what I have to do now is doing the reveal, and then I actually have to sit down and meticulously figure out which one goes to which, because in the stabilizing chamber, you have to throw all of them together at once, so you lose which match it is.
Okay, so here we got a section of the railing here that's available, and right now
there's the match to that one.
Right now it's not
not pretty.
Oh, it can be prettier. So, okay, let's see.
Yes, it looks like I made friends with Barney.
Okay, so are you going to hold these when you...
Yes.
Okay.
I'm becoming one with the material. Let's do this one. Just as you guys can see.
Let me zoom in on that. You can see some of the grain pattern to this. And just look how that pops. Now, you're not going to finish it down completely smooth. I mean, it's cleaned off, but whoever decides to purchase this material and use it for a knife handle or maybe a gun grip, anything like that, they can finish that out. And these are 1/4 inch thick.
Yes. 1/4 inch to 3/16.
But the oil really brings it out.
Yes, you guys can tell.
I'm gonna zoom in.
Same exact material.
Okay, cool.
You guys are actually seeing this in real time whenever I am.
If you have not subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. We do a lot of builds, a lot of how-to, a lot of DIY videos, as well as firearm and cutlery reviews.
And it doesn't leave it all shiny and fake looking. It actually leaves almost like a high satin.
More of a satin finish. Not a matte finish, not a gloss, more of a satin.
Yeah. And my impulsive thing is I just want to like slather them really, really fast, and sometimes.
Now, why the mix on the oil?
That's what we explained with it causes higher viscosity.
Lower viscosity.
Lower viscosity. I can't mix them this up. But
Essentially thins the oil down.
yes, thins it down, but it also seems to work better with what I'm doing.
All right.
That one's got some really good.
Now, will any of these be featured on any of your upcoming builds?
Yes, they will. Perk of making them is I get to actually pick out which ones I want before you guys get to see them, but
Your hair is blue.
my hair is probably blue. Yeah.
Now, what are you going to be working on after these scales? I know these scales you've been throwing around for a couple of weeks. I've got to get these done, and then they went back in. Then you found them again like 24 different times.
So these ones, actually that was the other ones. These ones I've already finished out 2 or 3 batches.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the process on...
Checking the durability.
There you go. What is the process on making these scales? Of course, you're cutting material to size.
Cutting the material to size, then dry them out, usually in an oven or...
What temperature? Do you have a specific temperature range that you use?
I found out the happy spot is about 220 degrees Fahrenheit. Let them sit in a... Actually, I recommend getting a roaster pan. That way you're not having any of the gunk or anything going and falling into the floor of your oven. But allow those to completely dry. It's actually depends on the wood that you're using. Once they are dry, allow them to cool. Put them in your cactus juice resin, and if you already have it dyed, or you can get different dyes that you are able to do. The cactus juice resin is pretty much that material, or that viscosity. And, sorry, my nose itches. But it is able to impregnate your wood in a molecular level that is able to go into the grain structure.
So it essentially fills it as a plastic.
Yes. And some woods take on more than the others, just depending on the spacing in between the grain.
Okay. So is there a reason you're using a gravy boat?
That's why.
It works. It actually works quite well. That's a piece of Wilton pewter, which is not pewter. It's an aluminum.
It's
It's
aluminum
pewter
based.
finished. And it's not something we melt down to use here. We actually use real pewter. And it's like, hey, we're going to keep this and use it. So
it's easier to use, especially pushing on the brush. It causes rest of the excess oil to go back into the main area.
now it seems like the oil with the mineral spirits, it doesn't gel as fast when left exposed to the open air.
Yes. And one of the kind of fun things about that, we've been having this set out for a while. This compared to boiled linseed oil that's been sitting out. Both of them have the same material in it, but that has mineral spirits in with it as well. Kind of keeps it from setting up too fast, and you're able to utilize your material instead of having a bunch of waste.
Okay, very cool. Now, the oil. Why are you doing oil instead of like a poly or anything like that? Is it because it's not a?
It's not a finished product.
Okay.
And so that knife makers or whoever's going to be utilizing the handle material, they are able to kind of grind a certain area and still be able to have it adhere to what they're needing.
This way they can see what that finished product will look like, but if they want to do a gloss finish, they can do a poly finish, or if they want to, they can oil finish. I like to oil finish myself. So these do not contain any of the epoxy resins.
No.
So it's not a hybrid material. This is dyed and
This is
stabilized.
a mono material.
Okay. So it dyed and stabilized wood.
Yes.
All right. You can see Cheyenne on season 9, episode 5 of Forged in Fire on the History Channel, which will, I think it's August 6th. They're going to have some new episodes.
Yes.
You were on season 9, episode 5, Blades Gone Wild, and
it's also on Disney, and no, I am not a Disney princess. I am happy and proud I am on the same channel as Stitch.
so right now you've kind of shifted from doing as many knives as to going into handle material production.
Yes, well, my supplier no longer does it, and I like unique material. So I got a hold of my supplier, and he actually mentored me into doing what I'm doing now. So now that I am able to help and supply the other makers with unique and handcrafted items that they are able to utilize on theirs.
Now, do you have any new models coming out
Yes,
of
I do.
knives?
Yes, I do.
And are you offering them on? Are they going to be custom pieces? Are they going to be production? What's your plan? What's your course of attack?
A lot of them are going to be kind of semi-custom. Going to be utilizing materials that are not going to be exactly the same as each other. But that's kind of what you get with utilizing organic material, is each one is going to be different. Either the grain pattern, the coloration, everything is going to be unique.
You got the individual character of the pieces.
Yes.
Okay, so let me zoom in here.
We never leave oily rags or anything like that in the shop. We toss them right in the forge just as precaution. No chances of certain things.
That would be of uncontrolled fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're doing controlled instead of.
So, what are you working on next?
So I'm going to be working on some of my hybrid material.
Okay, so let's see some of the hybrid material, and then go ahead and start working on it.
Yeah. These four are going to be my main focus. Well,
Now, so hybrid material, you've added epoxy resin to, so that
Yes.
fills in.
any voids.
That fills in like any of your voids, and you put that into a 2x2 by 5.5, 6-inch mold, 5-inch mold.
2x2 by 5.
Okay. And you've got other molds too for different
Yes.
sizes and so forth. Okay. Cool.
I've been having fun with my 2x2 by 5.
If you have not subscribed, please do so.
Time to get fussy.
All right. So now we're going to watch Cheyenne make a mess. So here we go.
More of a mess.
So we're using a belt dresser right now just to clean that belt a bit. And that's what happens when you apply too much pressure. Okay, we'll put the belt back on.
And that's why you also have a certain stance that you do. Instead of putting all of your weight onto the platen. It's because if something like that happens, you're not throwing yourself into your grinder. Oh, that's what. Thank you, Spelch.
So this was a 36 grit, and for those of you who make knives, you know how rough a 36 is. This feels about like the surface of a fire brick now. And it got its use, now it's getting disposed. And we go through a lot of belts, we really do, so. Yeah, that was a 36 grit originally. Cheyenne's currently using, what is that one? Is that a 36 or an 8? That's 36 is what, ceramic or? Yeah. So we grind a lot of sword blades and knives and tomahawks. Tomahawks get the least amount of grinding on them. But what Cheyenne's doing right now is she's just basically getting the last bit of life out of these belts, so she doesn't have to buy belts specifically for finishing on these. Yes, we should be wearing respirators. The issue is with the humidity, that our glasses fog up, and then that's not safe working around power materials. But yes, we should be wearing respirators. When you get to a point where you can do a reveal on that, you want to. Yeah, proper PPE is highly recommended. It's kind of a do as we say, not as we do situation. So Cheyenne, how much longer do you have on this block?
I have 3 sides, but we can go ahead and do a reveal on this one.
You don't need to do the other one? Okay, so you're using a wipe on my jeans. An excuse doesn't dismiss safety. I completely agree with you on that.
Yeah.
But if we can't see, we can't be safe.
Yep.
And if fogged up glasses, that machine right there, it eats metal. It also eats meat. Yeah. We got scars from that, so unfortunately, if that's something we got to deal with. But generally, yes, we need a vac system, and we are looking into different types of respirators.
Yes,
All right, let me zoom in on that some. Now you've got quite the color combination on this. That looks really nice.
Compared to that.
All right. There you go. Okay, so what are you looking at doing next?
So I need to level off the other sides, make it square, and then move on.
Okay, cool.
Though I do see, if you look right here, I do need to drop that about 1/8 of an inch.
Okay. So you're going to go ahead and continue on this?
Yes. I need to finish it out. Or go to another grade.
We live in the oil field. Cancer kills us all here. But yes. Okay. So this is another hybrid material?
Yes.
Okay.
Different color.
Conway's watching. How's it going, Conway?
So if there is a certain HVAC system you guys recommend, let us know.
All right. So this burl varies. There's oak, there's maple, there's walnut. A lot of what you're using are root burls, correct? Steve Hamilton, how's it going? Did that one get loaded up too? Well, grab another.
My grinder likes to unload itself after I load
See what's over there on the angle corner. What are you gonna run on there?
Oh. Conway's probably shaking his head at me.
Okay. So we're gonna try a fresh belt on there and see how long that lasts. Been going through a lot of belts lately. Okay, cool. That 43X guy, she is working on handle material using dyed and stabilized burl that's set into epoxy resin. If you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and do so. Think again says no but. Well, you know. For pistol grips, for knife handles, it just kind of varies. The material's made into a block, and then sometimes it's cut into scales. Sometimes it's used as a single piece. Monster Potter, how's it going? Very cool. Depends on the day on what we're carrying.
What?
Looks like you got a gun, right? No, she doesn't have a chubby going.
That better? No, I untucked my shirt because...
It's really not worth replying to some of these.
Oh, I know.
Okay, so let's see what you've got.
over there. And because the hyperfocus, this one's done.
Brandon, you must be a special kind of something. Is that black walnut?
Yes, it is.
It is black walnut.
Did someone ask?
Yes. So,
have-
yeah, I mean, as far as doing custom gun grips, knife handles, a lot of different, as far as a base material, it makes for a beautiful and durable base material to use. Very cool. So what's the next piece that's coming up? Okay. It is a burl.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, Erin Sowers, it is a burl. She works a lot with root burls, which we've been harvesting a fair amount of.
So I can actually show you guys what it looks like before grinding it.
Okay. So that's
You can't see crap.
yeah, you can't see a whole lot. And it's a hybrid. So let's go ahead and
Play with the grinder.
see how this goes. I generally do, yeah. Okay, Erin Sowers, so the wood itself is, it's dyed and stabilized. So there is the cactus juice, the resin that the wood stabilized with initially. I'll give you an example over here. You meet different colors, like this has, this was clearly blue. This one was a red, and then the resin is generally dyed as well. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe and check out some of our other videos. Okay, Erin Sowers. So the burl is generally more brittle because of the interruption of the grain. But when it's stabilized, it's made a lot stronger. And then when the resin's added, it kind of completes that whole block. Ernest Presto, how's it going? Well, let's go ahead and see if we can get a reveal on this. And you're using, I guess, a diluted linseed oil.
Ooh.
ADK Hunter. So Cheyenne is working on some stabilized handle material. This is something that we use for our knives here in the shop at Forge of Memory. It's also something we use for custom gun grips, and it's a material that we also sell. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Share it out, tell your friends. We also do firearm reviews, hunting, foraging, all kinds of fun stuff like that. All right, and now that's just finished to 36 grit.
Yeah.
And
It's pretty.
And oil finish, so looking pretty good. All right. So some of the different materials that different color variations, you know, it allows a person to be really creative, and at the same time, not only creative, but just make things look cool. Ernest Presto, we do not have a catalog, but you can contact us, send us a message. You can find us on Facebook at Axon Maine Forge of Memory. We will very soon be selling through an e-commerce page, through the e-commerce store. I think there's some material down at Iron Mountain Metalcraft, Pigeon Forge. You want to go ahead? You want to give us an idea what that one looks like first? Tell us a little bit about this piece.
So, actually, I believe that one's either blue or purple.
We're going to find out.
You guys know as much as I do.
So, Cheyenne, what do these blocks at retail, what do these blocks of burl material in hybrid run?
They range from 35 and up. Or 30 and up, sorry.
You got some pieces that are of different grades, so
Yes.
from $30 on up to what's an average? What's your average, and then what's the high? I mean, there's always going to be.
Average is between 35 and 40. I do have some that are 45.
You got some up to 60.
Yes.
Just kind of depends on the material.
Right.
Very good possibility of that.
Do what?
People are concerned about you not wearing a respirator. Thank you, Ernest Presto. That's about right, Conway. Is that working better than the coated ceramic? Those we got quite a bit of use out of. Okay. So we got a you got a blue perloid resin.
Yes.
And then now was that clear, or what was the dye for the cactus juice?
Purple. That's one of my purples.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Now is that walnut?
Yes.
It is a walnut.
That was
Okay,
one of
very
the
cool.
salted walnuts.
All right, very cool.
This is actually black and blue for the resin.
Okay.
This was one of the experimental pieces.
All right.
But yeah.
So you can get a lot of
Variation.
yeah, you can get a lot of variation. So if you're doing if you're doing a custom set of gun grips, and you know, knife handles, different things like that, you've got that option. You can go with a stabilized material. And stabilized material usually doesn't have, it's not as affected by humidity and temperature and so forth.
As long as it doesn't get over 220 degrees.
Well, we're probably not getting over 220 degrees. So yeah, just right now going through handle materials. We've got some other videos on doing knife builds and firearm reviews, different fun stuff like that. You want to show them some of the some of your knife blades?
Yeah.
All good, Rick Rob. They're under the paper towels there.
Oh.
So these are some of the semi-production pieces that are coming up.
There's that one, and then.
Well, instead of that one, how about what models are these? So you've got your Forger Bowie.
Forger Bowie, and I believe it's Skinner's.
Woodsman. Yep.
Yeah.
So those will be coming up. Now, some of those are from recycled saw blades. You do others out of Damascus.
Yes.
Yeah, Rick Rob, we do metal and handles.
Yeah.
Cool. Very cool.
Pretty much now we do across the board on it.
Yep. But yeah, we do a lot of stuff like that. Just to give you an idea, some of the hunters we do. Bowie knives, tomahawks, swords, all kinds of fun stuff. Thank you. Estimate for the startup cost of my workshop. Okay, well, she's taking a break for just a moment. Startup costs on the workshop, aside from buying the buildings, I think I got the power hammer used for about $2,600, about $1,000 for the grinder, $300 or so for the anvil, yeah, and about the same for the forge. This location, I only have maybe about $150,000 in it. Do we have a website? If you go to Forge a Memory Family, you can contact us through that website. People would like to see you work on some more blocks if you feel like it.
Let me get a drink first.
All right, she's going to get a drink real quick. Dave, you want to hit the camera? Okay. So a lot of these blocks, when they're first poured, you can't see much of the burl inside of them. And what she's doing as she's grinding away that material, this is the resin that was poured around the material to fill all the voids. So you start to see more of that material. This one looks like doesn't have as much.
Yeah.
And you've got some of the earlier material, you've got more recent material.
Oh, I'm gonna throw that one at you and see how your reflexes are.
So we've got just a little bit of everything here.
I didn't show that one because none of the burl's showing on that one. I know exactly which one that is.
So Cheyenne says she knows that there's burl in here, but you can't see it it just looks like a resin block. So actually this would be a good one to do to show everybody. Let me check that belt real quick.
I've still got.
Yeah, that one's
Yeah. Ready?
Yeah, go ahead. How much money do we make? It just kind of depends on the economy and so forth. So if you are, I make enough, I don't have to go, we don't necessarily have to work regular jobs, I guess. right. If you haven't subscribed yet, this is a good time to do so. And she tells me that there is a cool piece of burl in this. Or she's going to grind and grind away and then realize that it was the resin block. Thank you, sir. Can't make her do anything, buddy. These blocks aren't what we primarily do. This is just something that's been started. We primarily do blacksmithing and the knife making. So that's mostly what we do. We do the forging. At one point we were doing more casting. We're doing copper work amongst other things, so we try something out and then we choose how we're going to invest in equipment from there if we decide to continue it. All right. What's a hazard pay? $150 to $300 an hour, usually. Okay, so this is a much thinner block. This is something you can actually just use for like a set of 1911 grips or for a hidden tang knife.
This one is the experimental black and purple.
Triangle, just to give you an idea, the building we're in right here is just under 2,500 square foot.
There's burl in that one.
Very cool. All right.
Oh, look, I have a clean hand.
They want to know if you're pregnant.
Honey, I had my tubes removed.
No, it's the way your shirt is over your pants.
Oh. No, I tucked my pants under my shirt because I learned my lesson having it the opposite way. You wind up with a lot of dust in places you don't want it. But no, high-waisted jeans.
Sounds good, Conway. Yeah, ADK Hunter, if someone wanted to send a custom burl and have a knife made, yes, they would be able to. Just a matter of figuring out the ins and outs on things, agreeing, figuring out what the cost is, agreeing to the price, and going from there. We do a lot of custom work. All right.
This is an experimental piece. It actually has 2 different colors of burl in it. I was actually just playing around with this piece. It's going from that to that.
Very cool.
This one has 2 different colors of burl and 2 colors of resin. So that one's going to be fun. I might have to cut that one into scales.
All right. So swimming in the deep, we do, we were both on Forged in Fire on the History Channel. We do custom knife work. I was on Forged in Fire Season 4, Episode 2, Master of Arms Season 1, Episode 1, and then Cheyenne was on Season 9, Episode 5 of Forged in Fire.
Yes.
The one and only Nicole, it's made me more money than you'll ever have to worry about. So we do a lot of custom knives. We do tomahawks, we do swords, we do a lot of firearm reviews. So we're part of the Forge of Memory family. Forge of Memory started in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee by Robbie Bowman. He was Forged in Fire fan favorite. Seasons 3 and 4, episodes 5. We do a lot of educational videos on builds. We do educational demonstrations. You can come in, make a 9-footer shop. We do axe throwing as well. Once more, be sure to check out some of our other videos on firearm reviews, weapons builds, all kinds of fun stuff like that. Okay, so this is going to be another thinner block that would be ideal for a knife handle or gun grips. And once more, you want to tell them about the specific, I mean, it's not overly precise, but this particular mixture of oil that you use.
Pretty much 50-50 of mineral spirits and boiled linseed oil.
All right, here we go. And it really makes that material pop. So in the cases like this, you end up wasting a lot more material. There's a lot more material lost to get down to that burl. We've since changed up some jigs. We were limited on equipment, started investing in equipment, and we're able to cut larger blocks more accurately and more efficiently. And what kind of is that a walnut burl? Is that...
Yes, it was part of the area whenever we harvested it. The burl actually started to be eaten away by carpenter ants.
So it's got some additional character to it. Really, in that case, just stabilizing isn't going to work. You've got to add the resin,
yes,
to make it work a little better. Make it a solid piece, and that's the idea. All right.
Funny thing is, my boy is going to get excited because those are actually the resin material, or resin colors that the kids and I were in the back room where my workspace is, and the kids chose colors together.
So you've just got a few more blocks to go.
Yes. Just 3.
So these are, some of the blades that may end up getting some of these handle materials. Did a couple reverse valve pins, and not only does it look cool on the piece, but we get cross advertising in the process. All right, you take her easy, Conway. We'll catch you later, man. ADK Hunter, we're in central Illinois, St. Elmo, Illinois. We're just off of Route 40 and Interstate 70. 409 North Main Street. Yeah. If you're in upstate New York, that's that would be a ways off. I dated a chick from upstate New York once. Yeah. Okay, so
this is purple, purple and blue.
All right. So you got what, 2 more blocks to do?
Yeah.
All right. So we've got a lot of color options here, a lot of variation. So you can be a little more creative than just what's available from natural woods.
Big or small? We'll do little first.
With some of the jackasses on here, you should probably refrain from such comments.
Says no maturity.
The material, it really is a lot stronger than the base material, than the burl itself. It happens. Some of them never had manners to begin with. We don't worry about them too much. I usually just tell them to have their mother quit calling me and that I love them because they might be my kids or something. And of course, I'm going to plug the channel again. Great time to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Check out some of the other videos, some of the other builds. We are looking at setting up a vac system in the back where this is going to be. It's just early on in the process. Respirators are not overly safe for what we do here because basically our glasses fog up and that grinder right there eats metal, it eats meat too. So this isn't something we do all the time. So happens we decided to do a video this evening. Well, that really made the color pop there. And this is what we call the reveal.
This is black and red.
It's black and red. So what part is the red? Is that the black and red resin?
With purple.
And a purple burl?
Yes.
All be.
But where the red actually came in, it almost looks like a sunrise or a sunset.
That is cool.
I guess more like an aurora borealis.
Very cool. So you got one more piece to do, and then you are caught up on cured materials.
Until tomorrow.
You're caught up on cured materials. So what she's doing, we don't leave oily rags around the shop. We burn those in the forge because it is the safest place that we can have them. It's a contained area.
Controlled fire rather than one that's out of control.
Yeah, we don't want to risk getting an oily rag fire.
There's many horror stories over it.
Okay, so down to the last block of the evening. So this is going to leave. You're going to end up with four large blocks and then 5 of the essentially half blocks.
Yes.
And what are you? This last one? Give us some info on it.
All we actually know right now is the resin's red and blue.
Ray's Outdoors, it's going pretty good. How you doing, man? Cheyenne's getting ready to do her last block for the evening. And once more, if you guys haven't subscribed, it's a great time to do so. Purple. Very cool, Ray. So, Ray, what is the what's the new job? Oh, very cool. It looks like this might be pretty well a full-size block. And it kind of varies. I mean, if you just stick to specific dimensions, sometimes you're selling somebody more resin than you are burl. So Cheyenne generally, kind of takes care of the customer on that. That is cool. Is that processing or is it livestock, Ray? Okay, so that must have mostly been burl because, no? Well, that didn't take too long to get ground down. All right, so we're doing final reveal here. Oh, very cool, Ray.
Shower.
Mike T, she's finishing hybrid handle materials. Is this a hybrid or is it a resin?
This is a hybrid.
This is a hybrid, so it's burl and resin.
This is reds, blues, purples with purple burl.
Mike T, we use these for knife handles, for gun grips. That's primarily what we use them for. Some people use them for other things. Ray, do you do solid fuel forges or do you do gas forges? I use both, but I prefer a gas forge at this point.
I coal forges.
All right. Let me go ahead. You can contact us through the Forge a Memory family website, like Forge a Memory up there. You can find us on Facebook at Axon Main Forge a Memory. We're in the process of selling through an e-commerce store, but right now, at the moment, we've been focusing primarily, there we go, focusing primarily on our store here in St. Elmo. We have forging experiences, lots of knives, tomahawks, and fun stuff like that. And in the other side over here, which I've got the lights off, we have our axe lanes and so forth. But that's what we've got going. Guys, some very cool handle material. Yep, I forged with railroad iron for an anvil for a long time, and coal. Absolutely. All right. So a lot of times, we're finishing out. I don't have anything to show you as far as handle material with the hybrid. But as far as this, yeah, I can show you guys some of that. So,
Actually, there's the purple. And then there's the lavender.
yeah, there's the lavender. And then some of the other stabilized curly maple we've got in here. There's some Damascus. There's some mono steel high carbon.
All of these guys on top are...
The 734 number. That is probably forge memory, yes. Now, Mike T, I'll let you know that our location, we're in St. Elmo, Illinois. It's a 217 number. We're at 409 North Main. But these are some of the other styles of blades we do. All right. So, we're getting ready to sign off for the evening. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. We've got more builds coming up. And we'll catch you in a few. See ya.